Hey, y'all people. I'd like to make a request. I'm calling y'all to take a stand. You know, take a stand, fight for your country. Like South Africa has gone down to the dogs. Like honestly, y'all, I believe y'all see it. Like, um, the things that are happening into this country right now, like they're too much. Like the consistent load shedding is messed up. Um, you know, the problem is we have like corrupt politicians and idiots at ESCOM. Like, I don't understand how they do not see what they are doing is actually breaking the system. You know, this load shedding thing, like, the plugs, the switches were not meant, they were not meant to be used for load shedding, like switching it on and off. Like, on and off, on and off, on and off, like waiting a few hours and off and on and off and on. Like, no, no, like if you keep doing that thing, obviously it's going to break. It's going to break down, and then they're gonna be like, "Oh no, whatever broke down at the substation, we're going to fix it." It's your own fault. It's your own fault that the thing broke down. It's your own fault. Like they are like, there was an interview where like I was listening to on the radio where there was like complaining and saying people are stealing cables. It's your own fault that people are stealing cables. Like, people get the opportunity to steal cables when there is no electricity around. If there is electricity around, they will not, like, okay, there are some people who tried to steal cables when there was electricity and they got burnt. They got like electrocuted. Most people don't want to get electrocuted, so most people will not try to steal their cables if like there's electricity in the first place. You cannot, like, honestly, people are afraid of pain. I'm afraid of pain. Everyone's afraid of pain. So getting shocked is painful. People don't want to do that. They don't want to experience that. They don't. So they switch off the electricity and then they steal the cables. People steal the cables and then they'll be like, no, we have to replace the cables. Dudes, it's your own fault. Like, this load shedding thing is just messed up. Um, there was a former CEO of ESCOM. I forgot his name. Honestly, I forgot his name. He's a white guy. I forgot his name. But he said 1 billion goes missing from ESCOM every month. That billion that goes missing from ESCOM every month should be used to buy equipment and like, uh, mean, like, to like have maintenance done at the substations or wherever. Like, as long as ESCOM is like alright, you know. And then you'll hear them at ESCOM saying we must like buy solar systems and everything. Dude, who is employed to buy the solar system? To buy the solar systems? Who is employed? Who is? Like, seriously, because I know a lot of people in my hood, and only a few are employed. You see, if it wasn't for someone who took pity on my situation when I was unemployed, I'd be unemployed too right now. Now, that's not something that should be looked at and be proud, because our country like has really, really, really fallen. You know, like South Africa used to be a developing country. Now it's not even a developing country. It's an underdeveloped country. Like, we are struggling. So I'm calling out to everyone to, like, to take action. I want everyone to go out on June 16 and protest for whatever they want. Have a national shutdown. Like, Julius Malema, like the way Julius Malema did it, I respected that guy. After that like national shutdown thing that he did, like, I respected him. Him and EFF I respected, because, like, okay, I really don't agree with most of their tactics and everything, but I respected them. I respect them. They did a peaceful march. Everything was on point, and it was a nice day. And from then we didn't have like load shedding for a couple of days until like ESCOM started like load shedding us again. Like, God, like, and then I don't get this thing. Ever since Ramaphosa has been in charge of like our country, like everything has gone from bad to worse. Like actually things were not that bad before he became like president, and then they became bad, and then they became worse, and um the fuel prices kept on going up like nobody's business. Food, the cost of living, like food costs, like skyrocketed. Um, he gave us 350, and he kept it at 350. Like he couldn't even have like the clue to maybe, okay, let me just add 150 to that 350 so it becomes 500. At least he could have done that. He could have done that. Like you can't tell me that the country doesn't have money, and while a lot of y'all still steal are still stealing all the money that we are supposed to be having, and then you're saying, ah, no, like if like South Africa was struggling that much, if I was president and South Africa was struggling, I'd be like, okay, since we are politicians and like we are getting paid this much amount, like maybe, let me just maybe cut our salaries by maybe like 85, like maybe like 15%, if take a 15% cut or a 10% cut, and then yeah, like use their funds to like do something else, like supplement the 350 or whatever, like do something. Like the roads are crumbling, there are so many potholes don't get fixed. They there are places, what do they, like those places like the woods, like where they used to be cut, the grass used to be cut, and like everything used to be, but now you just see like everything, like it's just so big, like the grass is big, there are trees that shouldn't be growing there, and now they are growing, and like everything is just left there abandoned. Like that's not how it should be. That's really not how it should be. Like that's why I'm calling like all South Africans. I don't want this to be like the way Julius Malema did, because like when Julius Malema like did that protest, it was just a Julius Malema and EFF thingy. Like a lot of people didn't like pay attention to it. A lot of people didn't like interact with it. So this time I want it to be like not just a party thing. Like everyone, like from, if you like it's EFF, like let them join, DA join, IFP join, all of it. If like you don't like the load shedding thingy, like have posters written like no load shedding and everything. If like you want Cyril Ramaphosa out, like say Cyril Ramaphosa out, like fight for whatever you want, like write everything that you don't want, like so write whatever you want to happen. Just have the boards, and like let's make it at June 16th, because like I believe like it's high time we celebrate June 16th the way it's supposed to be celebrated. Every year we've been celebrating June 16th the same way, like wearing uniform and going out drinking. Like at the end of the day, like that thing like solves nothing. Going out and drinking solves nothing. So let's just take a protest. Like let our voices be heard. Like I'm pretty sure people will hear us if like we as a whole country go out and into the streets and like demand, let our demands like be heard, let our voices be heard, you know. So come on, let's do it, South Africa. Let's do it. Let's make this thing about like one person, or it's about the country. It's about us fighting for our country. Like I'm pretty sure everyone is tired of this thing right now. Everyone. Like the increasing of like the fuel prices, the load shedding, the increases of food, like transportation, whatever, all that, like, and this thing of load shedding is like it's messing up with people's things. Like people don't, businesses are falling. People in your normal neighborhoods get their appliances like ruined because of like the surges. It's not correct. It's not something that should be done. Like, South Africa was once the best country in Africa. I don't even think it's the top three right now. Honestly, I don't even think it's on the top three. Like, come on, come on. No, guys, no. Let's take action. It's time for us to go out on the streets and like do something. Like, you see, June 16 was the day where like our elderly people, those people who fought for our country, like went out to the streets and fought like for our country because they were oppressed by a government that they didn't like. Because the government was like um having white privileges and all that. And I want us to go out just like they did, but except would not like we shouldn't have like the violence that happened because like times grow, and if you like do something like violent, you get arrested, and I don't want anyone to get arrested, and so I don't want anything like that. But I want something to be a lockdown, a national lockdown, so we can like national shutdown, so we can like protest and go out and like make our voices heard, like do something. It's June 16th, it's a holiday, like it's supposed to be celebrated the way that it was like supposed to be celebrated. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. I'm calling all on everyone in South Africa. Hear my voice. Spread the word. Let's do it.